your funniest or most unexpected memory from working in an adult store together? All right.
Whoa.
What have you got? Okay. Hi, I'm Ness, B1.
I'm Kel, B2.
We are
Spicy.
bananas. We have been handed questions for our first podcast. Welcome. Thank you for listening to us. There's never going to be a dull moment.
This is going to be a hoot. Just
Mhm.
not hilarious. Yes, there'll be hilarious times, but we just want to educate. But as you already know that anyway. However, these questions are, we're a little bit nervous about doing this, but we
Not at all.
these
Not at all.
But yeah, let's don't mind me. Let's start with the first question, B1.
All right, B2, the blind bat will put on her specs. Okay, so first question is, what's your funniest or most unexpected memory from working in an adult store together?
There's been a lot, and there's probably some we can't really talk about just yet.
And just to give you a little idea, it's 30 plus years combined experience in the one store.
Working together.
In 2 days, we could have 10 stories. The thing is, I think we keep so professional. There's nothing that really is jumping to our heads right now. What?
I've got one.
All right, go.
Actually, this you'll remember this one.
All right.
This would be going back. I've been working in the store for 13 years this year, so I was probably 2 years down the track. Really busy day over the weekend. Flat stick I was, and I had a gentleman turn up who wanted to purchase a torso. Not a problem. I went through the product with him, went through everything, and it is huge. Like, I mean, huge.
Life size.
Yeah. And I had to wrap it in like your black paper, whatnot, just to cover it all, as we do. It's discreet when you walk out the door. However, I didn't realise he was on a motorbike. And I was wanting to help him put it on his motorbike, and he said he was fine. Our driveway at work is on a little bit of a slant, and next minute I've heard crash, bang, and I'm like, oh my God. He has strapped it behind him, but it's actually lost balance and fallen off, and I felt so terrible. I felt terrible then, but I can laugh about it now, and I'm sure he laughs about it now. So that one really sticks in my head.
Okay, well, excuse me, talking about body parts. So there's a certain company that many years ago started out making these body parts. There'd be full bodies, there would torsos, there'd be from the waist down legs, there'd be just the hips, etc. So I had 2 gentlemen come in and they were going to a Bucks night and they wanted to buy the legs. So when this poor bachelor woke up the next morning absolutely like cactus, there were feet hanging out the end of the bed. Now, this unit retailed at about $1,100. It's a very expensive, funny thing, but I could only imagine his face next morning just waking up and just looking down going, whose toes are that? Whose toes are that?
Oh, wow. So also, speaking about that particular product, B1, that's also, I'm pretty sure you sold that to another person, and they popped it in. Do you want to explain that? They put it in the back seat of their car with like a blanket over it. You could just only see the legs, so if you got pulled up at the lights, you just see a pair of legs hanging over.
Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh. Look, the more we talk about it, things start popping in our head, but it's endless. And I think coming on the journey with us with our podcast, we will just come out with these every now and then.
It helps our memory flow because going through menopause, we do tend to forget some things.
Don't we, Kel? All right. Okay. If you had to describe your personality with a product we sold, what would it be and why?
Well, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I reckon you'd be funny.
Okay, I thought I could be a masturbator.
Yep, there it is.
But I'm more like the tornado. So I want to thrust, I want to roll, I want to twist, I want to twerk. So I like to do it all.
It's pretty much what she does on the dance floor. Doesn't stop. Doesn't stop.
So that's me. Turn on that button, just see what happens. So yeah, that a masturbator.
Yeah.
Great. You?
She sucks. Me, oh gosh. About a wand. I've got a lot of power. I'm quite a feisty little fella. Not little. Um, and I do come in some odd shapes too. So there's
You do, or
yeah,
wands.
both. I think I do. I don't have attachments, so that's one thing. But I would say, yeah, power.
Power.
Yeah, just that real grunt. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'll look back on this and go, God damn, a wand, really? But, yeah.
Universal. Love it.
What's the most common misconception people have about working in an adult store? Oh, don't get me started.
Did you see the look on our face?
Yeah.
Oh, misconception. Oh my gosh. Do you get to take home the products? Do you test them here? Do you get horny?
It must be so fun working here.
And you know what? We have the serious face. We have our white jacket on, and sometimes that white jacket just stays on. But it's not about that. And until we get to the depth of that person that's asked us that question, they've actually calmed down a bit, because I think half the time it's nerves when they come in and they're asking us that question.
Yeah,
they realise, oh wow, okay, it's not what we thought it was.
Definitely.
And staffing issues are like that too. We've had different staff over the years think it's just selling a vibrator or a masturbator and that's all it is, or just selling a sex toy.
Yeah.
It's not that at all. So
yeah. And no, we don't test them at work personally on ourselves. No, we don't play with the toys personally ourselves. Please get that out of your heads. Look, the one thing I usually say to people is, at the end of the day, it's retail. And because we've been there so long, it's honestly like bread and milk to us. It's a sense of necessity.
That's exactly how I say it too. It's like, what flavoured milk do you want? As to what kind of product do you want?
Do you want your bread spiced or whole?
Whole, thanks.
Do you want seeds? Look, it's another thing that no, look, it's a common misconception massively. And it depends where you go. Some staff are so serious. Like, we are super serious professional wise. We want people to be comfortable. So the more you take that stigma straight out of that comment and you start talking a little bit, they just go, oh, okay. And then they start to get serious and go, oh, this is
putting that barrier up. We're not there to pick up. We have our own lives that don't revolve around what people think working in an adult store is, or a sex store. That's not what it's about. So
we'll pretty touch on that. We will touch on that.
Nip that in the butt straight away.
We so will.
Touch on that later.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Okay. How has working in this industry shaped your view of body positivity and self-acceptance?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Take it away, Big Two.
Me personally, I feel that as a woman, I realise now I need to feel more comfortable in my own skin and in my own body. The more confident and comfortable you are, the more it oozes out with whatever sex that you're actually with. So that's what people draw on from you, is your confidence. So that would be what I've learned, is just go with it. Whatever, however you look, just as long as you know, just to strut it. Don't need, not
You're still the same person if you've gained 30 kilos or lost 30 kilos. If you're still the same person inside. And what's really, I love some of these women that come in and they grab their lingerie and they get changed, and I'll go, how are you going there? We won't burst through the curtain, don't stress. No. But they will open it and the look on their face is just, and it makes me feel good. And then I think, why can't I feel like that? So it slowly changed my mind in body confidence, all that sort of thing, because not all of us are happy with their body.
No.
I'm not.
But you're like me, we're like each other. If something doesn't look right on you, if it's 2 sizes too small, we will let you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, our items are about falling out of them, but not to the point where you're busting at the seams too, to a degree.
I don't want to look like a rolled pork roast.
Oh,
Like,
that's
some might, but that's not what we aim
to.
to.
It depends how much class you want out of it. So, yeah, we're honest and we're brutally honest. If some people don't like that, then so be it. But 99% are quite happy with how honest we are.
They appreciate it, don't they?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, plus they come back. The
Yeah.
thanks that we get, it's rewarding. That's the rewarding part of the job too. Okay. Was there a moment when you realised you were truly comfortable discussing topics that might make others blush?
I wouldn't have worked there to start with if I didn't feel that I didn't have the confidence to do that. So in answering that though, I think life experience, and I do believe you need to be that little bit older to walk on in and work in an industry that is about sexual satisfaction, gratification, confidence. So no offense to younger ones or over 18s or between a certain age, that I feel that there's no way I would have oozed that confidence to learn so much in that industry if I worked there between 20 to 28, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it is true. And yeah, that's it. It's life experience. As we get older,
we're still learning. We're all still learning.
Constantly, forever you learn.
Still learn at work. Every day we're still learning. It's just a never ending cycle, I guess, at work. So
yes, definitely. What advice would you give to someone trying to feel more confident in their own skin?
Well, that kind of is a bit like the other question though too. So as a woman myself, it's having something on that makes you feel confident. Not, if you're in the bedroom or wherever else you may be, it's having something sexy on, but just that little bit of a tease. It's not being completely naked.
Definitely.
And it's not wearing, depending on what you're into, it's not wearing your full clothing, it's just giving that little bit of a tease. And the more that little tease that you get, I don't know, would that be more?
Well, as we were saying before, it is brutally honest. Going back to that change room, and confident doesn't always mean just clothing. It could be confidence in using a toy in front of your partner too, because sometimes that can be quite just opening up that sort of part of that brain to go, it is normal. You've got to enjoy yourself.
You're right, actually. I have had quite a few male customers come in and they've said that their partner would never masturbate or use a toy, not without me. And I've said, well, how is she meant to know her own body if she doesn't explore herself?
Exactly.
It's only what the partner's doing to her. She's more inclined to let go more when she's on her own, and there's certain toys down the track we'll talk about that we suggest definitely using on their own. Yeah. So you're right.
But that's it. And plus, also, getting on that topic a little bit, masturbating in front of your partner, you're also showing them what you like. So,
because sometimes big bright lights and here it is.
the red arrow going, to the left. But
dim those lights, guys. Dim those lights. Put the candles on. Set the mood.
Don't talk stupid shit. But it is. It's so beneficial to incorporate that and get comfortable, and that's what we want to help do. That this is what we're about. We just want to bring so much awareness to the industry that we've called home, really, over our lives, and it's just we don't want it to be so taboo. Alrighty, where are we at, B2?
Okay, we are at what's one thing you wish people felt more comfortable talking about when it comes to sexuality?
First off the bat.
Oh.
Don't know. Well, not that kind of bat.
Okay.
Yeah, wrong button. Bat. When you come in, we greet you. We make sure you feel comfortable. We want to ask some core questions to take you to the right area. We want to get to the nitty gritty. We don't want to waste your time. Most people do feel uncomfortable and they've made themselves come in, either if they've sat out in the car and gone, okay now, and run in. Once you're in, we want you to feel so warm and welcome. We're going to draw some quick questions. It's all open-ended questions. Who, when, what, where, why. We're delving. The more you can tell us, be more comfortable with it, the quicker and easier we can help you and guide you specifically to the product that you're after.
And we can pretty much source that information out from you. Just a really brief conversation with you, and you'd be surprised how quick we narrow it right down and go, right, we're going here.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, okay. But you don't need to see the whole store, because then sometimes you're going to be overwhelmed. So, yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important step to developing sexual comfort with a partner or oneself?
Comfort. Communication, I think. Straight off the bat, couples need to communicate. We need to communicate. I think the more we communicate, it sort of just makes things a lot easier. You understand each other better. Even little signs that you give each other, it's communicating. So
yeah, so you're right. So you're not in the mood, communicate. You are in the mood, communicate. Yeah, okay.
So it's communicate.
Communicate.
That's our answer.
Trust
Communicate.
Of course, trust.
Massively.
Trust plays a massive part, but I think at the end of the day is what we're saying, because we're all about keeping couples together.
Yep.
So the communication can be the first thing to break down pretty much, and that goes with anything in your life. Communication is the key. So yeah, perfect.
And also for singles, communicating with yourself. Again, we want to make sure those single, happy people are just getting what they need in life.
Like, you don't necessarily need a partner if you're single.
No.
There's so many other things out there, products out there. There's other things that you can go and do without committing to someone as well. So, but in the meantime, explore your own body.
Definitely.
Explore your body.
Okay.
What have we got now? Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. What's a question or situation a customer asked that really threw you for a loop? See, bearing in mind, guys, we've been in the industry for over 30 plus years combined. Okay, so in the throwing us in the loop, if I was to go back when I first started, I really couldn't even tell you that though, because there was nothing. Like we said, we wouldn't work in the industry if we didn't think that.
No.
But if I was to go back a few years ago when these certain products are popular, kind of may have thrown me because I didn't understand what they were about, that would be the urethral play.
Yeah, okay.
Because I didn't understand.
As
a woman, I've had children and I've had a catheter. I didn't understand why people like to put things down behind the penis or, for a woman too. Until I found out what the attraction was. So that's probably the one thing that kind of threw me, where I went, okay, otherwise I'll just go and look it up, or I'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for myself, a little bit on that many years ago when it was sort of just poking its head through the crack. Pardon the pun. But it was one of those things. And then straight away when something like that comes up, we're studying it straight away. And we're trying to understand why we've had now a second person ask that. Let alone first, bang, we're into it. But second, okay, something's out there, something's on social media, or we need to delve into this and understand. So therefore, when you come in and ask us, we're not going,
So speaking on that communication level, then we start talking amongst it as staff, and we'll call a staff meeting, or we have our own messengers going on. So we will say, hey guys, have you had this? What have you found out? And then that's how we do our training, one of our trainings too. So
yeah, definitely.
And then diaries and whatnot that we write and ask. But yeah,
communication.
It's a long way. Okay, that's a good
I
one.
don't know what you got me to.
What have we got now? All right. If you could give a TED talk about one product we sold, which would it be and why? A TED talk about one product and why. Is that the one that we think we're both going to say?
With saying air pleasure toy.
Air pleasure.
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Well, yeah, we will tap on that a little bit later through another one of our episodes, but definitely air pleasure toys.
It's number one. There are, yes, you've got your app controlled toys, like your wearable toys. They still have their buzz going around, but honestly, in the years I've been there, I haven't seen air pleasure toys, which some people say that they feel like they're sucking. They're actually tapping and drawing, so they do that really quick sort of motion. It depends which companies too make the best versions of these. Again, another topic. But however, it's a quick, easy. It's a no fail. Yes, you do have the odd, very limited percentage that didn't like it. That's when they come back. If they either come back and say something to us, we ask the situation. It could be mentally, either could have had a bad day, or they could.
Yeah.
This plays a lot in what the rest of the body can do.
This is connected to here. So for females, really need to switch off.
Positions,
Males are controlled from here.
Are they?
Positions. Yeah. So yeah, definitely air pleasure, and we'll definitely, like Ness said, we'll tap on that one a little bit later.
Oh, I like what you did then.
Yeah.
Oh, she's on fire. Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Okay. Oh. Do you think there's a universal product or advice that helps most people feel more comfortable with themselves? As far as products go, no. No, there's not one universal product that's going to cover everything for everyone.
And never will.
That advice is pretty much what we've touched on before. Would be what we've learned. Again, it's the communication part of things. So that's how I'm going to answer that question.
That'd be right up my alley too.
Oh, it's not the only thing, but anyway.
That's the only thing up my alley. Nothing else will fit.
It's called lubricant. We'll touch on that.
Yeah, we're touching on a lot of things, aren't we? You're going to have to watch us for a very long time. We've got a lot to touch on.
Right. What's been the most rewarding part of working in the adult industry?
Oh, I love it. I love it because the main reasons is keeping people happy, healthy, connected, couples together, singles happy, multiples. It's endless. It's
watching people walk out the store, and this has happened numerous occasions when Ness and I work together, and it's not even just working together. I can be on my own and I have a little chuckle and my heart pounds and goes, oh my God, I'm feeling warm and fuzzy. They'll walk out and they go, oh my God, they were awesome, weren't they? They knew so much. Oh, we're definitely coming back. And we're inside going, oh my God, did you see what they just said?
Yeah. Sometimes you don't realise the echo comes back in, but it's lovely. It doesn't. It does. It makes us want to keep going. It makes us want to bring more attention to the topics and stuff that we do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's rewarding. We know we've done the right thing. We know we're doing our job right.
Yeah.
Especially when they come back and go, oh, I was in there about 3 months ago. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have served so many people in 3 months.
So many people. So sometimes, please forgive us that we don't remember you sometimes. I remember your face.
B2's better than me. And Kelly goes, yeah, they had a red car and then the license plate is this and she had a gold bracelet. And I'm like, oh.
She's like, oh, really? I thought she had brown hair and was driving a blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, I went, no, that's not her.
I'm still good at my job. Just this memory, like, no.
Oh, wow. Okay. How do you personally maintain balance between professionalism and having fun in a job like this? What?
Okay. Well, you have to be professional. One, you're talking about the most personal part of anyone's life is their sexuality. Well, a lot of people. But there are.
Well, sexuality people can be open and honest with. However, when you're delving in when they need help with something is when they can shut down.
Yeah.
So it's trying to draw that information out of that person. We do manage to do it.
Yeah, and that's years of experience too.
Yeah.
Saying that at the start, we were probably rusty as anything, but as we sort of come across different nationalities, different
your countries and what you can and can't use, and
yeah,
professionalism. We use clinical words too, so we pride ourselves on how we speak to you, the words that come out of our mouth too. We pride ourselves on the knowledge, the experience, and just what we've known, I guess. So as far as the fun part, of course, we've got to have a little bit of fun.
Oh, we do pull some pranks on each other and all the girls at work.
Ridiculous. I'll walk out, get in the car, go drive down the road, and there's a big dong in the middle of my bonnet. Yeah. So, look, we could tell you stories all night, but I like to scare this one too. So, there's a mannequin at work called
Coco.
She's a little bit dark, so you don't see her in the dark when you come in the morning. So sometimes I like to put her in different positions around the store, holding certain products. And this one comes in the morning and, well, she literally has no water to drink and she's got no lunch because she's spilled it everywhere.
She's throwing it at Coco. She's throwing a water bottle over her head.
So there's that little bit of fun, and yeah, we might just see a costume and go, oh, let's try this on for shits and gigs, right?
And then a customer comes in.
Then you've got to go hide.
Got a mankini on, and I'm trying to run through the back of the store, the bright green mankini hiding behind each gondola as I'm running.
So yeah, you've got to have that bit of fun because honestly, it's a lot for us to take in with a very busy store. So there's a lot to take in, and everyone has a different situation. So sometimes we need to have some downtime.
It's like our counselling, really. It's like we do, and I joke with customers sometimes, and when they go, "Oh, you've been here that long," I said, "I know, I need counselling." We just started studying counselling. However,
how did that go?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Shut up. I do it every day at work.
Yeah,
but you've got to have some fun, and over the years we've had some doozies. I can tell you that much.
Yes, that's why we like to hang out together. That's why we're besties. Ooh. Okay, what have we got now? Oh, what's something you've learned about yourself while working in this field? What have you learned about yourself?
I guess, what I've learned about myself, I think, is just being more open with myself, listening to customers. And I have learnt from customers, whether they have realised it or not, which I don't think they wouldn't, but I have opened up a lot more because of what I do.
I think, I've learnt a lot more about my own body.
Yes.
I thought I knew about my body. But yeah, look, what your body can actually do as a woman, what your body is capable of achieving, and every woman can achieve it, is amazing. So definitely on that side of things, I really push that with my female customers, that you can really get out of your body. What you can get out of your body is next to amazing.
That is very correct. That is very correct. Okay.
Ooh. Okay. If we had to design a product called Spicy Banana, what would it look like and what would it do?
Why would we tell you?
We're not going to tell you that.
Again, keep listening to us, watching us.
We've got some things in the pipeline. So, Spicy Bananas, you need to follow us and you will see that there's big things. So,
and no, it's not going to be a chili or a banana.
Oh gosh, no.
And it's not going to be hot.
Ouch. Pointy.
Everyone, each their own. Each their own. Each their own.
Wow, that's a good one. Right. Okay. What's your guilty pleasure when it comes to products or services we recommend to others? I wouldn't call
Guilty
it a
pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, though. Guilty pleasure. A
Um,
guilty pleasure. Is it something that we thrive on what we want to sell someone? Because that's hands down, we know exactly what that is. What our passion is
so
for couples
lubricants,
and, yeah, definitely lubricants. Hands down, without a doubt.
which is an
Solo,
yep.
duo, group, gang, you need lubricant, and it needs to be a high grade quality lubricant.
A decent viscosity. The thing is also, you're never too young as much as, and I remember being young just because that's a long time ago, where you think, I don't need lubricant. No, you mightn't, but that's because your brain's already clicked in and told your body to do that. So if you're in a rush and you want to grab a toy and you got 5 minutes and your body's not ready, that touch of lubricant's going to help, then your body kicks in. So it's a necessity. It's something that...
So guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're going to push that lubricant on you for a reason, and the right lubricant for the right reason in the right area. So, yeah.
And guess what? That's another topic.
Totally
massive topic. Yeah.
There's so many topics that we will rub on later.
Rub on. She's good.
Okay.
All right.
If you could instantly become an expert in any niche within the sexual wellness, what would it be?
Nation.
What industry would you want to really, because of what we're already in right now?
No brainer for me, women's health.
Okay. Definitely for that. Yes. And then I'd really want to delve into, with, I guess, the younger generation, the teenagers, because there's not enough education there. Just education in general about their bodies, about what they need to use, the correct things to use, safe sex, really not just the basic stuff. You need to dig deeper, and it's being open. I want mum and dad, or I want people to have a safe place where they feel comfortable, that they can be open. And I had that with my mum, the dinner table. That was where we sat until we ate our dinner, of course, and peas be the last thing I would eat. Left the worst till last. But the dinner table was when we would sit down and discuss these topics. And I would be there for hours with my mum, and that's what she wanted. And that's probably why I'm more open, and I'm open with my kids, and why I'm working where I am.
Exactly.
It's just because I was in my teenage, not even probably teenage years, when I'd ask mum questions, and she said, I just want you to come to me. Don't even bother asking friends. That was before Google. And that was when the encyclopedias were around, which were probably backdated in 1968 or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to open up as parents too, I think. And in speaking about that, Kel, it is just such a massive thing. The more open you are with them, not overly open, but letting them know they can come to you and discuss. You're one of the most trusted person in their life too.
Being honest, you've got a child. I've got a child. I've got two. Even their friends come to us. They'll come into our store, and ask us questions. And I love that. I love that, because they can't speak to their own parents, which is a shame. But at least they're coming to someone they feel confident with and they can trust.
Well, I had a customer that used to come in and buy a toy, technically would be once every 2 weeks, because mum would go through her bedroom and find it and throw it out and then make her feel really bad. And that would really upset me. When she'd walk out, I just felt like giving her a big hug and saying, honey, you are so... This is everyday thing.
Yeah.
You come back to me if you need to talk. Don't let that ever put you off.
Sad, but it's generally out there. And I don't know, I've even had males come in their 30s, and their mum's found their masturbator under the bed and thrown it out. They're horrified by it. It's like, well, at least he's not out picking different women up every night, and then he becomes very sick because he's not having safe sex. So we could just go on and on. So you
Yeah.
can see we're pretty passionate in that way.
Mhm.
But definitely women's health, we are extremely passionate about.
Yes, we need to get to know our bodies, ladies, as much as we think we do.
Percent. You learn all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of learning, I just gathered a few other questions for us.
Oh no, did you? Okay. Speaking of learning.
Well, it's just questions that I thought of.
Okay.
We can ask. Like, I want to know,
Mhm.
how did you become working in an adult store? How did you actually get the job?
Right.
And what were you looking for?
This is what's funny to me. I've always done hospitality since leaving high school. I was in hospitality, loved it. I just loved people and being with them, working with them, blah, blah, blah. When I moved to Brisbane, there was a local magazine, and I was looking through the jobs, and it said, "Are you?" And the question, otherwise, I give away to where I was working. And I went, "This sounds interesting." And I rang it, "Sure, come in for an interview." So I came in for an interview. I pulled up out the front and went, "Oh dear, this is, yep, okay. All right, now I'm walking in." So, yep, sure, come through. Little staff room at the back, tiny little table. And because I've had some heavy duty interviews in my past where you sit there, you crossed at the ankles and da da da. I wasn't to one's liking, the other one absolutely loved me. So, and it was from there, I did a couple of shifts a week and just, but pulling up, I walked out and I had never been in an adult store. And look at me shine now.
She shines so bright.
Yeah. I was going to sing it, but I'm like, no.
Please don't.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
What about you?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just having a hot flush right now.
Menopause.
I was actually looking to work in the industry. So I had worked 25 years in a massive big jeweler chain, done the management side of things and whatnot, and I decided I wanted to sell different sorts of rings.
Four rings.
So, and I'm really, I was just passionate about that side of it. Really interested me. So I literally was Googling adult stores and came across where I'm working now, and I was meant to go work on the other side of Brisbane, and I did one shift with Ness, and she went, you're not working over there, you're working with me. So ever since that day,
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. Yep, day dot. Yeah.
Thought about that, didn't I?
Yeah. So yeah, that's got the job bang, and here we are
on our red chair.
in our red lounge. Yeah, no, probably. What about?
Uh-oh.
Oh, this one.
Right.
As we're it's such a taboo subject, or it's an adult store, sex store. It's so still kind of. It's not as bad as what it used to be, but it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did not your friends, but how did your family react to you when you said, "Hey, I've got a new job"?
Wow. Okay. It's easy, though. As I spoke previously, how open my mother, especially, and my sisters, my mum didn't bat an eyelid, and she said, "Oh, sweetheart, I'll have to come in." I'm thinking, please don't. Please don't.
Oh, I can so imagine her.
However, God love her, when she's not far from my store and she's at the shopping centre, I'll just duck over and see Ness. And yep, she'll hop in and customers will come in. She'll, "Oh, hello, hi, honey, how are you?" And she'll chat away, and I'm like, "Mum, stop." To the point where one time I got a phone call, I was at home. My mum had popped in to see me, didn't realise I had the day off. She had a medical turn and collapsed at the front counter, and the ambulance too had to turn up. I've come in flying sideways. But she said, of all places, she's making jokes in the ambulance. And she said, "No, I wasn't holding a 16-inch dong, no." And you think, but she's always been so comfortable. There's never been an issue with my family. However, my child, he was in primary school, so I worked in a lingerie store.
So I told mine I worked in an adult chemist. Yeah.
Adult carers.
Yeah. And they really didn't click until, a bit later, and they were fine. You know where my mum works?
Mm.
And that's where the friends thing comes into it, because,
Yes.
they're older now anyway. So,
Yeah.
it's where the friends thing comes in. But, okay. That's probably it, because oh, geez, I went to town.
Oh,
didn't
gosh,
I?
she's written more. Here we go.
Woo!
What have you got?
Yeah, okay, this is a good one.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
Make
When
it
we go
easy.
out, or when we used to go out,
Well,
in a social atmosphere, how's the reaction been in general when people ask you, oh, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a job? What do you do for a crust?
oh, this is gold. And plus our banter, like, especially after a few, we were a crack. But, oh my God.
That goes back to that same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it must be fun working in there. Oh, you must
Sex
be
shops, that's straight up. We're like, one, it's not a sex shop.
Yeah.
And then we kind of get like this serious thing about us, but then literally others will hear and they'll sit around and we make.
And then do you find your counselling?
Yeah. We are.
Literally counselling, going, and then they start pouring out their sex life. It's like, I need to can I get a drink?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. But yeah, so I've to the point where sometimes I pick and choose who I say it to now.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we'd like to clock off, so to speak, sometimes. And
you must get some weirdos in there. And but even when people come in, you must get some weirdos in. I feel like, oh, you're in here. I see more weirdos at the shopping centre over there. And weirdos, it's not nice to say. Each to their own. And I find people that come in our store are more than normal than others that don't. I shouldn't say that either, but
normal, we're not. It's just when you get people walking the door, oh, you're normal. It's like, hey, talking to me.
Not a dirty old man on a stool.
Yeah, so it's interesting how different people do perceive on out in social. Like we'll wear our shirt that has the name on where we work, so you'll get those looks, and then you'll run into literally customers we've served and they are horrified, and it's like,
run you down.
No, how's your strap-on going? Yeah. We don't say that.
Did she end up doing anal? We're not going to.
No. And then I've got others that say, oh, please say hello to me. Yes, I've seen you a few times over at the shop. I'm like, well, just wave to me. I don't go out of my way because I don't want you to think because I'm in my
We've got our own life too when we leave. It's like, we want to just go and do it. And you get the odd hecklers or the ones, Karens.
Yeah.
Can we say that? Can we say that? Yeah, we get the odd Karens. And they're the ones I think you need to come in and see us. Like, you seriously need to come in and see us.
We've mumbled under our breath many times, especially when we've been Christmas shopping, like, this one clearly needs a vibrator. I mean, yeah. We've been there a long time.
No, we're very professional. We know it.
Because she would turn around and go, think you need to use your vibrator tonight. Oh, thanks for that.
I am nice.
Okay, well, okay. No, I think I've covered it. I think they're the main ones, but yeah, so they weren't too tough, were they? They're not tough questions. It's really hard when you're sort of on the spot and we're not in our comfortable shop that we're used to working in. So just bear with us for a little bit because we can be a little bit orkies. We're used to being, at our counter with our stock.
Our security. When we're in our store, it's our security blanket.
We've got our professional uniforms on. We know where everything is and guide you. So just bear with us while we just navigate ourselves around this red couch.
It's so soft. Look, thank you guys for tuning in, listening to us. And as we said, it's our first one. I think we did okay.
I think so.
We've got a good banter. You gotta follow us. There's some fun times to be had.
We've known ourselves for a very, very long time, so yeah, we've got a lot of history together.
Some you will never know.
Maybe I've actually forgotten.
Not that kind of. No.
All right. Well, stay tuned and until next time.
Bye.